Have you ever packed away your shorts thinking summer is over, only to find yourself digging them out again just a week later when the temperatures suddenly soar? Or maybe you've been caught off guard by a surprise snow flurry on your way to Thanksgiving dinner, bundled up in your best fall outfit, only to wish you'd brought your winter coat. If any of this sounds familiar, you already know November's secret. It's the ultimate weather wildcard in the United States, a month where anything can happen. One day, it's a crisp autumn afternoon with golden leaves swirling in the breeze. The next, you wake up to a landscape blanketed in fresh, unexpected snow. November is a true transition period, caught between autumn's gentle decline and winter's icy grip. It's a time of constant change and surprises. Think of it as a battleground in the sky. Lingering summer warmth faces off against cold Arctic air, and neither side is willing to give up easily. This clash creates a volatile atmosphere, leading to dramatic and unpredictable weather shifts that can happen in just a matter of hours. You might experience a sudden heat wave, with temperatures soaring into the 70s, making it feel like summer has returned for a brief encore. Then, almost without warning, a powerful cold front sweeps through, dropping temperatures by 30 degrees or more in just a few hours, forcing everyone to scramble for their winter gear. This is what we call weather whiplash, when the weather changes so quickly it's hard to keep up. November's rapid-fire changes keep meteorologists on their toes, constantly updating forecasts and tracking new systems as they develop. Forget what you know about typical fall weather. November plays by its own rules, often throwing in a hailstorm or a sudden burst of wind just to keep things interesting. It's a month of sudden storms, unexpected warmth, and weather that can change from one extreme to another in a single day. You'll get the first true taste of winter's chill, from frosty mornings to the season's first snowfall, all while autumn still lingers in the air. In this video, we'll explore what makes November so chaotic and why it stands out as one of the most unpredictable months of the year. We'll look at the types of surprises you might see across the country, from rain in the northwest to snow in the Midwest, and everything in between. And most importantly, we'll talk about how you can stay safe and prepared for whatever this wild month throws your way. Because in November, it pays to be ready for anything. Ready for the ride. Let's dive in and discover what makes November's weather so unique. End scene. November's drama comes from the seasons shifting. This is the month when autumn and winter collide in spectacular fashion, creating a battleground in the sky. Autumn hands off to winter, but not quietly. The landscape transforms almost overnight, with golden leaves giving way to bare branches and the first hints of snow. The sun's angle drops lower each day, casting long shadows and chilling the air. Days shorten rapidly, and the land cools fast, especially up north, where frost becomes a morning companion. Arctic air builds up, dense and frigid, ready to surge south at a moment's notice. This cold air mass waits for the perfect opportunity to spill down into the heart of the country. Meanwhile, the Gulf of Mexico and southern Atlantic still cling to summer's warmth, sending humid, mild air northward. This lingering heat sets the stage for dramatic contrasts. This creates a huge temperature gradient across the country, with icy air in the north and balmy breezes in the south, sometimes just a few hundred miles apart. The jet stream, a fast-moving river of air high above, acts as the boundary, separating cold north from warm south and steering storms across the continent. In November, the jet stream strengthens and meanders, forming deep troughs and ridges that can shift weather patterns in a matter of hours. A deep trough lets Arctic air plunge south, bringing sudden cold snaps and even early snow to places unprepared for winter's arrival, while a strong ridge pumps warm air north, causing unseasonable heat waves and record-breaking temperatures, even in places that usually expect frost. The jet stream's fickle path is why November weather can flip from sunny and mild to snowy and cold overnight, catching many off guard. Storms develop along these boundaries, sometimes bringing rain, ice, and snow, all in a single day. You might wake up to rain, see sleet by lunch, and shovel snow by dinner. It's this constant battle and shifting jet stream that make November so volatile, with weather that seems to have a mind of its own. The result? Weather that can change in a heartbeat, forcing you to check the forecast constantly and dress in layers just to keep up. That's why November is so exciting and unpredictable. Every day is a new adventure, and no 2 weeks are ever the same. Stay alert, because the atmosphere is always on the move, and in November, surprises are always just around the corner. End scene. November's weather is a grab bag of surprises, with each day bringing its own unique twist. Across the country, the atmosphere can shift in an instant, keeping everyone on their toes. Early, heavy snowfalls can catch everyone off guard, especially before Thanksgiving. One day you're raking leaves, the next you're shoveling snow, as autumn's colors vanish beneath a sudden white blanket. Wet snow on leafy trees can snap branches and knock out power, leaving neighborhoods in the dark and crews scrambling to restore electricity. The weight of the snow can transform a peaceful scene into a hazardous one in just hours. On the flip side, sudden heat waves, so-called Indian summer, can send temperatures soaring well above average. These warm spells can feel like a last taste of summer, drawing people outdoors to soak up the unexpected sunshine. These warm spells are pleasant, but can lull you into a false sense of security before winter's return. Just when you think you can pack away your coats, a cold front can sweep in, catching you unprepared. The same clash of air masses can also fuel severe storms, especially in the central and southern U.S. Thunder rumbles, lightning flashes, and the sky can turn ominous in a matter of minutes. Potent cold fronts meeting warm, moist air can trigger damaging winds, hail, and even tornadoes. These storms can be intense, leaving behind a trail of damage and reminding us of nature's power. November is a second season for severe weather in many areas. Tornadoes and hailstorms aren't just for spring. Fall can bring its own round of dangerous weather. And then there's the classic cold snap. A deep trough in the jet stream opens the Arctic door, sending temperatures plummeting. Suddenly, mild days give way to icy winds and frosty mornings. A mild afternoon can turn into a frigid night in hours. The rapid change can catch even seasoned locals by surprise, forcing a quick switch from light jackets to heavy coats. These cold snaps are often the first real test of your winter gear and your resolve. It's a wake-up call that winter is just around the corner, and preparation is key. November's surprises are a reminder: expect anything. The month is a true wildcard with weather that can change in the blink of an eye. From snow to storms to sudden warmth, it's all on the table. No matter where you live, November keeps you guessing. Stay prepared for the unexpected, and you'll be ready for whatever November throws your way. End scene. November's surprises look different across the country. In the Northeast, nor'easters can bring heavy rain, strong winds, and, if it's cold enough, feet of wet snow. The Great Lakes region gets intense lake-effect snow as cold air sweeps over warm waters. The Midwest is a battleground for dramatic temperature swings and severe weather, including tornado outbreaks. In California, wildfire danger peaks as dry winds like the Santa Anas blow, while the Pacific Northwest and Rockies start their winter storm season. Atmospheric rivers like the Pineapple Express can dump torrential rain on the coast and heavy snow in the mountains. Each region has its own version of November's wild ride. No matter where you are, the month keeps you guessing. That's the beauty and the challenge of November in the U.S. End scene. In the Northeast, November can swing from golden autumn days to winter's first punch. A week of Indian summer can end abruptly with a shift in the wind. Nor'easters, powerful coastal storms, can lash cities with rain, wind, and, if cold enough, heavy, wet snow. This heart-attack snow is tough to shovel, and notorious for snapping tree limbs and power lines. A major November snowstorm can paralyze cities and make travel treacherous. Meanwhile, the Great Lakes region kicks off lake-effect snow season. Arctic air over warm lake waters creates narrow bands that can dump feet of snow on one town while sparing another nearby. November's weather in the Northeast is all about extremes. Sunny one day, snowed in the next. It's a dramatic introduction to winter. Stay ready for anything. End scene. The Midwest and South are where November's wild swings are most dramatic. With no mountains to block air masses, temperatures can drop 50 degrees in hours after a blue norther sweeps through. Shorts one day, winter coats the next. That's November in the heartland. This region also faces a second severe weather season, with tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds possible. Potent storm systems draw warm Gulf air north, clashing with cold fronts to create explosive storms. Along the Gulf Coast, hurricane season winds down, but late season storms can still happen. More often, cold fronts stall and bring days of chilly rain. November here is a transition from tropical threats to winter's chill. Expect the unexpected, every day. End scene. In the West, November is a month of extremes, fire and flood. Early November in California can mean peak wildfire danger, with dry landscapes and fierce Santa Ana winds. These winds can turn a spark into a raging wildfire in hours. Communities stay on high alert, hoping for the first rains. When the pattern shifts, Pacific storms arrive, bringing much-needed rain, but also the risk of mudslides on burn scars. As storms move inland, rain turns to snow in the Sierra Nevada and Rockies, building the crucial mountain snowpack. Atmospheric rivers can dump feet of snow, delighting ski resorts and water managers alike. November is when the West flips from fire season to winter's wet embrace. It's a dramatic, sometimes dangerous transition. End scene. Forecasting November's chaos is a challenge. Meteorologists gather millions of data points every hour, from weather balloons, ground stations, buoys, and aircraft. Supercomputers run complex models like the GFS and ECMWF to predict what's next, but the atmosphere is chaotic, and small errors can grow quickly, especially in November. Different models may show wildly different outcomes for the same storm. That's where human expertise comes in, analyzing models, understanding their quirks, and using satellite and radar imagery to track real-time changes. Satellites show the big picture, radar pinpoints rain and snow. By combining all these tools, meteorologists piece together the forecast puzzle. The goal: keep you safe and prepared for whatever November brings. End scene. With November's rapid changes, preparation is key. Stay informed, check forecasts often, and set up weather alerts on your phone. Dress in layers so you can adapt to shifting temperatures. Keep both fall and winter clothes handy, plus a hat and gloves, even if it feels mild. Get your car winter ready. Check tires, battery and fluids, and keep an emergency kit in the trunk. At home, inspect your furnace, seal drafts, and have flashlights and batteries ready for outages. For holiday travel, have a backup plan. Storms can cause major delays. Check road and flight conditions before you go. The bottom line: expect the unexpected and be ready for it. What's your wildest November weather story? Share it below. Stay safe out there. End scene.